Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So before I start the video for today, which we're going to continue working on the little spring Hinge journal that we did the topper for, I am going to do a flip through of my most recent digital download. And this one is called 1920 something, and it is a 21-page digital download. So that means you can only get it by downloading it. You can get it on my Etsy shop. Just go over and purchase it there, and then you can download it onto your own computer. So without further ado, and I called it 1920 something because there a lot of the images I used, well, all of them are from the 1920s, but all different times. So I didn't want to just pick one year. So I just called it 1920 something. So here's the first page and the second page. So yeah, all kind of 1920s photographs, and then the designs in the background are all from that time period. There's like a vintage ad back here with a lady's 1920s hat. Just, you know, all in that style. There's this one. Like the lady on the airplane here, that's kind of cool. There's stamps and all kinds of stuff. And so there's 5 of the collage pages I just showed you. And then there's 6, I think, of the backgrounds. 6 or 7 of the backgrounds. Which are always nice to back whatever with, or use as pages, or use as backgrounds for cards. All that type of thing. I was kind of having fun with the gold. You can probably see this one's real subtle. There is writing. Oh, in fact, I have it upside down. There is text in here too. It just may not come across on the camera, but it's there. And there's this one with the kind of floral design in the car, and some graph paper, and all together there. And this one's another real subtle one. It's mostly the floral design and some book page and stuff like that. Oh, how did this one get back here? Well, this is another one of the collage ones. So this is one of the 5. Thought I had all those together, but I didn't. And then we have 8 pages of ephemera. I kind of went a little nutty. I just was having fun finding cool things that I thought went with it. I love this. And some of the pictures I've used in the digital and some I haven't. So you'll have, you know, some different things too to use on your own ephemera envelopes, whatever you decide. There's lots of tags and journaling cards. And then I thought it would be fun to shrink the whole page down so that you could use these for cards. Like if you wanted to make greeting cards or something like that, you could do that. Or of course, journaling cards. But I thought they might be kind of fun for, you know, greeting cards. There's these tags and journaling card. Did a few more. I did more ephemera really than anything, but I don't know, sometimes that's like half the fun, right? And then there's a CD envelope cover, which is pretty, just in the kind of golds and florally designs there. And then this is number 10 window envelope cover. Or like I've made things with just those. You don't even have to have the envelopes, because you can just turn these, like you can just make this into a CD envelope by adding some type of transparency paper or something in the window, vellum, whatever. And the same with these. You can fold them in different ways. Either like fold this part up and you could make like 2 separate pockets, or that one that I did where I folded it in half. Again, you know, this direction, and then you can stitch it into your journal and have double window envelope kind of thing. And so then this is the other 4 pages shrunk down so that you could use them as to start greeting cards, or you know, journaling cards, whatever. Just a little fun thing that I haven't done before. So anyways, that is it. And now on to the video. Thank you, Kat. So we're going to continue work on our little spring journal here, our little tag journal or Hinge journal. That's what we decided, Hinge journal. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I am going to use a couple of the envelopes as the cover, and I'm going to hook them on with hinges the same way as I hook the pages together. I haven't done this before with hinges and this type of setup, so we'll see how it works. I have done stuff where you use envelopes like these to make journals, because you can keep stacking envelopes inside of each other to make a journal. But for this one, I think we'll use the hinges. But the way you use these, and these are the 5x7 cards that I got. They're Recollection, and it came with the envelopes. So I'm just using 2 of the envelopes from this package of 5x7 cards and envelopes. All right. Okay, so all you have to do is put one envelope flap inside of the other envelope. That's literally it. And then, you know, you get the little pocket thing happening. And then what I'll do is glue this flap down. I'm not going to really worry about the one on the other side. I might put a little glue like right in here along the edge, just so it doesn't ever pull out, because that'd be a bummer. But, and since we're not stitching through here or anything, we're just going to add hinges. I obviously wouldn't want it to come undone, so maybe we'll do that now. We'll get that glued. Just make sure they line up right, because you don't want them coming in too far and then squishing this part here, which is what I just did. So just try to get them even with each other. So how y'all doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day. It's not the weekend yet for me, but I hope y'all had a good weekend. I've got people coming and stuff, so I'm just trying to do some stuff for that. And my kids are getting ready to have spring break off. Well, I mean, they're off by the time you see this, but so yeah, it'll be fun. I don't know how much of them I will see. you know how that goes. They go with friends and whatnot. I know my daughter's going kind of on a little within the state vacation type thing, so that's good though. That's good for her to do. And I don't know what my son's going to do yet. I'm sure he will find something. All right, so I just got that glued down. It's feeling, yeah, okay. It felt a little stiff at first, and I thought, oh, what did I do? But it feels good now. Okay. All right, so that is all you got to do to get that kind of a cover. I just thought that might be fun to add the envelopes. And like I said, I'm going to put this on the front, but let's try covering this part first, because what I think I'll do is cover it and then I'll cut the sides. Do I want something coming out of there? Sorry, I'm like, or do I want it just as a pocket here? Yeah, I think I will cut them down the sides just to, you know, it'll be easier. It's hard to get stuff out of these type of pockets when there's something in the center. So I think that's what I will do. So yeah, so I'm going to use my spring digi. I used, this is one of the envelope covers, the number 10 window envelope covers from my digital download. I just folded it. I'll show you. Because trying to explain it without showing you is probably not the best idea. Let me put all that over there because that's stuff we might use. And these are the digi itself. And this digital is in my shop, and it's just called Spring. So, super simple, right? Keep it simple. That helps for everybody. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the little piece that I had so I can show you, and I don't know what I did with it. All right, well, I'm going to pause for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. I'm going to move you out just a little bit because it felt like you were really close. But anyway, so this piece of paper comes, you know, this is 1/2 of it. The other half was here with this envelope at the top. I can't unfold that now because it's glued together. But then I just folded the whole thing, the whole sheet of paper in half this direction. And I actually ended up moving it up just a little bit because I didn't want it as close as it was there. But it doesn't really matter if you do have it that close, I guess. Once you put the plastic in the window, the acetate, or if you can use transparency paper or deli paper or whatever you want that's semi-transparent in those windows to get that look like it's a window envelope when it's not. And then all I did was, you know, cut a notch in the top up here and then added, well, I didn't add anything. I just cut this so that it would be a flap so that you can hook it onto that. And let me show you real quick. I'm just going to do it like a quick example. So maybe about a 1/2 inch fold on the side. And it would be better if you used a scoreboard. That would give you a much better result. And you're obviously going to cut the paper out of this central part here so that you can put the window in and do all that before you glue it closed or anything, obviously. And then all I did is glue this side closed once it was all ready to go. And I took this piece over here like we do all the time with making these scissors, these type of things, like coin envelopes or any of that type of thing. You just need this one flap up at the top. So you just cut off the extra flap that you don't need. And I actually did, sorry, I forgot about this until just now. I did come over just a sliver, like maybe 1/8 of an inch or something from that side, just so it's not bumping into the, when you fold it. I'll show you a second. I'm not making any sense, I know. You're like, what? Okay. So when I fold this up, I cut like 1/8 of an inch away from where that fold is right there so that it's not getting caught up in there and giving you bulk that you don't need. But see, now I have a flap so I can hook it on to another, like one of the pages or whatever, and go like this so that it'll open and close. So yeah, that's what I did to get this. And this, oh, I was thinking about putting that one in my idea book, but I think I might use it. I don't know, I haven't decided. But I wanted to show you guys anyway how I made that little pocket. It's super easy. So let us get to this envelope thing here. I think I want to use this collage paper that I did. I just think it's like a good overall view of kind of the whole digital, right? Get my fingers to work here. Where is it? There it is. I just think that would be a good one to use on the inside cover. And we're just going to tear it and put it on there and try to remember not to glue here because you want your pocket open. And I'm mostly telling myself that because that is something I am known to do. Throw that away and tear this off. I'm sorry I bumped the lights, so that probably gave you a weird wobbly for a minute. So yeah, hope you're all doing good. Things are good here. I think I said that, but you know, I still hope you're doing good. I'm trying to decide if I should just go all the way across. I don't think I want to do that, so let's line this up before I mess it up. Line it up on the board with one of these lines so that I can possibly rip my paper correctly for a change. I might tear it just a tiny bit smaller so that we get a little bit of like a frame with that sort of craft cardstock of the envelope, because I do like that. It's a good color for this digi. It goes with it well. Kind of bummed I'm tearing this rabbit. His little ears off. And then how tall? I like the duck there. Is this from the Ugly Duckling, those images? I think so. I don't know. I found them on the public domain. I was thinking it was from that story. I just tear a tiny bit more off of this side. Just want to make sure it's not getting caught up in the fold part. And before we glue this down, I think I'm going to add a tab to hold the page, because I just realized I will probably want that on the underneath portion. So I'm going to add one under here and one down a little bit more, but I'm going to ink these first. So you just have to decide if you want them on inside or outside kind of thing. But I think we'll do them under so that they're just in there good. And this is just some pink cardstock that I had. Yeah, I could not think of what these were called. Hexagons. Yeah. Why my brain is just not working with that for some reason. They make kind of good little tabs though, and I figured more people might have that. But you can also just use a square of paper would also work, or a rectangle of paper. It doesn't have to be this. Okay, so I'm going to put these first. And I need to figure out how high. So we need a page, right? Because we want to figure out, we don't want to put it too high or too low for the page. And I am going to put a little bit of this along the kind of the spine of that, I guess is what you'd call it, just because it did crack when I folded it. So, and cardstock does that. I don't know why, but I'm going to kind of go inside the envelope. I'm not going over the envelope. I'm going inside the envelope. And right on the fold there of this. So hopefully it's in the right spot. And I'll try to get the other one in the right spot as well. Get that good on there. Kind of figure out our height again. So hopefully we can get them fairly close to the same distance. Down just a little bit. Okay, I think that will be good. And then we can just glue our first page in, and then we'll do the rest of the pages just like the other page. But I'm also thinking I should probably do a tab for each side. These are all the things that come to your brain when you're in the midst of doing this. And the other thing is, by the time you get all the pages in, it's probably not going to be directly on that. It's going to need a little bit of room. So maybe I'll leave this back page until we get our other pages in so that I can figure out how far that's going to need to be over that way. Probably should have thought of that. See, these are all the things. See, if I do this, then when you do yours, you'll probably do a much better job because you'll have some idea of what in the world you're doing. Probably should have done a prototype, but I didn't. So here we are. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue on the envelope so that hopefully for once I won't glue my pocket, this part closed. It just might be the smart way, I don't know. But I don't want it all the way to the edge. So let's see. Oopsie, doing good already. I just want to make sure I get this glued really well. Don't glue to it yourself though. Put on with a glue stick. I think I'll use this for these close quarters here. And I may go ahead and go around part of the edge of the image. I don't know how I do that all the time, but I do. And then we're just going to go right along this back edge. And it's not going to come all the way out there anyway. What am I thinking? Okay, well, we'll see where we need glue. This needs a little bit of room over here. See, I totally missed that edge over there. We're just making our hinges stronger, right? That's it. All right, I think it's down, so that's good. So now we can add a page. Do I want to put something on the page first? Probably. Or do I want to cover those? Yeah, maybe we'll just go ahead and put it down, and then we'll, if we cover them, that's fine. You don't need to see the hinges. So I'm doing it a little different than the tag book that I did. Just try to get it sort of even. I mean, from the top lip, you know, top, bottom. Okay. Alrighty. And then I can, if I wanted to add this to this one, I might wait and do it a little further in. But see, then this will flip out like that. And then that way it would get covered on this side with whatever we put over that. So I wanna, yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it. So another idea for your number 10 window envelope covers. You can just buy the window envelope covers. There's a set of them, but they also usually now are coming with, you know, whatever digi you buy. You'll get one in your digi. They're just kind of a fun little thing to have. Because you can either cover a window envelope or you can just use them as they are and make like your own window envelopes. So just kind of nice. Let's see, what do we have here? I might use something from the Digi as far as a pocket or something. Maybe I'll just, I do need to ink that a little bit. And you can do the same thing with the CD envelope covers too. If you don't have CD envelopes or whatever, you can just, you know, make your own kind of thing. All right, it might be good to have something you could write on right there. Since it's under that little spot, with some blue. Since we got our blue eggs right there. Because I feel like you could definitely write on these. They're not so printed that you know, you wouldn't be able to see if you wrote on it. And those are 5 by 7, so if you tear it at about like a 4 by 6 type of thing, it should fit pretty well on there. That seems like a lot smaller. Am I sure those are 5 by 7? I mean, that's what the box says, but sometimes I wonder because that just looks bigger to me. Yeah, it is. So let's go like a 4.5 by 6.5. I just think that'll, we only need like a 1/4 inch or whatever is fine. Or you could go 4.5 by 6 because that probably would give you let's go 6.5. I just think it'll be better. I can always take more off, but I can't add more on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. I don't know why I can't just see that. Oh, yeah, that's much better, huh? Gives us a nice border around it. And of course, if you don't want to ink, you don't have to do that. I just like it. People seem to either like it or not like it, so make sure you get your corners good. I say that and I always miss them. So yeah, I wish I had some stories. Don't really have stories. Cat hasn't even been doing anything really. Except being annoyed because he wants to go outside, but it keeps getting cold. Like, we'll have one nice day and he goes out there and just sits in the sun as happy as pie. I probably should have rounded the corner, so it's too late now. And then, you know, the next day it's like 20 degrees. So he's just completely disgruntled with the whole thing. He's like, what are you people doing? Could you get it together? Like it's our thing to do, right? Could put a little birdie nest down here. We'll have to trim the bottom off of it, but that's okay. The little twig there down at the bottom is going to hang off the page. Where it hooked to the tree, I presume. It's getting sticky already. pretty blue eggs, robin eggs. We get lots of robins here, and the other morning it had rained most of the night and I heard them out singing. I love it when I start hearing the robins. I mean, they're kind of around most of the year, but obviously, you know, in the spring they really pop up. Well, and of course they're around when my grapes are around too, because I like to sit out there and gulp down grapes. I'm always amazed at how many grapes fit inside of a robin. It's fairly amazing, really. I'm like pretty sure I would have exploded by now. I don't know if one of these is going to fit. We're going to try it and see. Nope, it's going to be too wide. Smaller one. I'll have to back it and all because it's kind of on thin paper for the bunny show. Yeah, but that's like too small. The duck here. Oh, his face will get covered though. That won't work. Oh my gosh. Yes. This is how I work. It's a wreck, right? Okay, well, let me see. I think I've got another page of them, but I didn't cut out, of course. So it's got to be on the page you didn't cut out. Where you find things. Maybe one of these. If not, I'll have to cut down one of the big ones, or just make one altogether differently. So I think this one will work. You'll at least see part of the bird, I'm pretty sure. And before I cut it out entirely, I'm just going to go ahead and back it so that I don't have to fuss around with it multiple times. So first I think I'll glue it to a piece of book page, and then I will glue it to something else just to thicken it up a little is all I am doing there. And you can choose to do more than one book page. I mean, however you want to do it. I think one will be enough with a backing paper. Or you can just print them on thicker paper. When I do these for my, you know, to do a flip through and show you guys, I usually just do it on lighter weight paper because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with them. So, because sometimes I'll tear them and use them for something else. I won't even use them as a tag. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with it, basically. I'm going to make this smaller. This is just some, I think these are tea dyed papers here. Oh, you know what? Let's use some avocado dye from my friend Denise at WondubarCrafts. She does the best I've seen anyway. Not that I am knowing a lot about avocado dye, but I love her avocado dye. That one's got a nice lacy design. She just gets a really nice saturation, I think, of color in that pink. I just think it's so pretty. So I like her avocado dye. And I have no idea how exactly you avocado dye. I mean, it has to do with the peels. You like boil the peels and the pit. And then beyond that, I don't know exactly like how long or then what. I mean, you dip the paper in it, yes, but I've never done it before, so I don't know. Coffee dyeing is about as good as I get, or tea. I am not. I have done some food color too. But any of these complicated ones with boiling cabbage or all that, no. wanting to roll up. But Denise does beautiful, beautiful avocado dye. And it goes very nicely with these spring colors. Yeah, if I had people say, oh my gosh, how do you avocado dye? Denise has a video on that. So if you search up WondubarCrafts avocado dye, she's got, and I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description box below to her YouTube channel. It's Wondubar, basically. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. If you're wanting to tackle it yourself. Okay, and I might add something to this. I just want to see what it looks like here. Make sure it fits, and yes, we can see a little bit of the bird. Okay, so that's good for now, and I will probably add to that. I feel like you can write on there, so that's nice. And that. And you could make these as small as you wanted. Like if you just wanted a couple pages and, you know, give it as a card for Easter, I think that would be a very cool thing to do. I'm going to see if we can't get a few pages in here before we have to stop. All right, what do we want next? Maybe something more decorative. Oh, I have these too. These are from a Ukrainian artist. I went and bought some, maybe we'll use that. Some digitals from some Ukrainian artists on Etsy. If you can search up digital downloads, and then it has like, you can search for where you want it from, and you know, Ukraine. And then it'll give you digitals just by them, but I'll try to remember to link this particular one just so you know where I got this one. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I will try to remember to do that. So you can go check that out. Just some, you know, support. I mean, I can't do a ton, but I figure anything probably helps, right? And there was actually a friend of mine on Instagram, and I can't remember right now who it was. It was sometime right after this all started that she posted, you know, go check out Ukrainian artists on Etsy, and because they can get that money faster, you know, and they don't have to send you anything, because obviously a lot of them are not able to do any of that kind of thing right now. So, yeah, it's just a good way to get them some help fast kind of thing. And they have access to it and don't have to send you anything physical. I don't know about those corner rounders. I feel like it doesn't matter which kind I get. It always, they do weird stuff. Okay. Helps if we do it right side up. Am I right? Yeah. That'd be real bad. Yeah, those are just kind of pretty. Not kind of, they're very pretty. So we can put that there. And then maybe we'll put a pocket on this page. It's almost kind of like doing a altered book in a way. That's what it makes me think of when I do stuff like this, covering the whole page. I do altered books like that. And this one will probably have the tabs on above the paper, but I'm not going to worry about any of that. Do it however you like. It's just very pretty. Scratch Create, man, when it decides it's down, it's pretty much down. Okay. And a pocket. I was thinking it might be a good idea to use the pages from this, like, you know, more of these little cards to make pockets. Just because they're already the right size, you can just cut it in half, or you could go half long way, half short way kind of thing, just to make a little pocket, right? I mean, not even half. For this one, we'll probably do like 2.5 inches. But a super easy, quick way to do some pockets. Yeah, I think 2.5 is plenty. And then I still have lots more of this I can use for whatever I want. So let's see if we do this. That works pretty good. I feel like that's crooked. Is that crooked? Or is it me? Or is the paper crooked? Oh my gosh. Yep, it is crooked. I'm telling you, I'm struggling with that, and I don't know why. Because I don't feel like it's cutting straight at all. And I'm sure it has to do with user error, because I'm probably not holding the paper in the right spot. See, like even on here, I don't have it straight. I mean, it was barely, but it was off enough that I could see it. And the thumb notch, sort of centrally. And we'll decorate the pocket. I just feel like this is a fast, easy way to make pockets for these. Okay, so what do we want to put on that pocket? Got that little square is in the digital. I don't know if we'll use that particularly, but got some of my frames too. It's a flower. Or a bird or something might be good. Oh, these would be cute. These little birds with their nests. What else? Maybe a little bit of book page. Right there it says cheap. I know it's not about a bird, but it sort of fits, right? I need to rough this up a little bit. That's the pocket for another page. Oh, you know what I might want to do actually before I glue that on? I'm going to try to put the little tabs on, so they'll be under the pocket. I don't want them on top of the pocket because I feel like it'll change the level of the whole thing, if you know what I'm saying. So I think that I will. I did spin that just a little, give it a little fold. Okay. Can't ever just leave it alone. Always have to do something to it. All right. Let's see. I could use these this time. The pink just goes better with this particular setup I got. The bird's funny, it's just like sitting there looking at its eggs. It's kind of like when you're pregnant, you're like, oh, are you ever going to come out and see us? And then after you have the baby, you're like, can I just have one night of sleep? Like, yeah, it's like that. So we're gonna try, it's hard to see where the other hinge is at this point, but we're gonna try to sort of match it up. Oh, I didn't do this side at all much anyway. Yeah. It wasn't as much with my daughter. She did sleep pretty good at night. I nursed them both, so I mean, you know, you don't always obviously get a full night's sleep for sure, but you know, with most anyway. But my son, oh, every 2 hours he was up for the entire first year of his life. Even when I started giving him, you know, food and everything, and I tried some formula because I always said I made skim milk, I'm pretty sure, but anyway. I did give my daughter some formula at night before bed, and that seemed to help her sleep. But that, my son would not take it, and he would just spit it up anyways. So then, you know, when they start eating like rice cereal at 4 months or whatever, that was, I thought, gonna make the difference, but it didn't really. He still was up every 2 hours all night for that first year. Then he was fine after that. I mean, obviously, but crazy, crazy, crazy. We all survived. You wonder some days, right? All right, so that's gonna go on top of there. And I like it. Just maybe a little more Inkadoo. I don't know that I even mind it having just that over there because this has so much going on. I think it looks fine. So we're just gonna go around the edge. These are super fun to make. I love doing small, quick journals. I love doing the big ones too. It's just sometimes, you know, they can, especially after you've done a couple in a row, you just kind of need a break for a while. And then you get all ready again and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do whatever the next crazy thing is. But, no. Glue the whole pocket closed now. Hanging over, not really tiny, but not a lot. All right, so there's another one. So because we put the hinge on top on this one, I'll probably put the hinge on top on the next one, just, you know, so it doesn't look weird having half of it there and half of it not. Like this. So for this one, I'm kind of thinking it might be nice to do a side pocket. So maybe we'll go ahead and use this one because I'm thinking that'll probably work the best because I can take a little bit more off over here. And I'm going to do the 5x7 thing again. But I'm going to tear more off over here at the moment. Not that worried about that one for the 15 there. Or what did I say? 4.5 by 6.5? Yep. 4.5. So that's the other easy thing if you're using the same size pages, whereas like, you know, a lot of times the tag journals, or tag books, whatever, they might have different size tags, you know, so you're not going to be able to cover stuff with the same size piece of paper. But if you use something like this where all your pages are the same size, then you should have it a little bit easier with that. Right. Okay. Just want to make sure because I just eyeballed it. So. Oh, come on now. It's like sometimes it just misses it entirely or something. And if you don't like the torn edges, of course, cut it to however you want it. It's totally understandable. We all like things different. So see, if I come over here a little ways, and because I tore that off, I think I should be able to get, oh, not this one because I cut it short, a different one. If I cut just a strip, hopefully I'll be able to see the bird still is what I'm thinking, hoping. I don't know, I might have to go further this way, huh? I mean, it's not going to matter if this isn't covered, really. I might have to do that. Because otherwise we're not going to have any kind of depth to that pocket at all. I didn't think that through all the way, did I? Are you surprised? Shouldn't be. Okay. I have all these random weird pieces. Yep, that's going to be better. Okay, we're going to cut this. And I don't know if I'll do 2.5 or, I guess we'll do 2.5. I tried to ink some of these just so that it wouldn't be totally annoying. Me and my shakies. And we're going to take a little bit more off. This one is tricky because it doesn't ever want to open up all the way right here. And if you don't hang on to it, it slides everywhere. Okay. Thumb notch. Keep forgetting to put a picture of Pasha and his haircut on my Instagram. He's such a goof. Kind of like this side. I think I got it up. Like I didn't get the pocket hole even. I like it up higher than down lower. That makes sense. These I got good in ink too. They look good. This I need to re-ink. So yeah, if you choose a non-white paper like this especially, it's kind of cool because I don't feel like I need to cover every inch of it. I kind of like it, especially because it's got kind of little like paper strands or fibers in it that you can see a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to put on there yet. I'll figure that out. Eventually. Miss those corners, and you don't want to do that because then you'll have your pocket lifting, and that's not a good thing. You could stitch around all these too if you wanted to, of course. But you would need to do that before you put them in glue them into the book, obviously. Okay, maybe some flowers on there. So I've got these tall crocus are pretty. Have hyacinths. Kind of like that. That blue one's pretty. The pink would be pretty too. A little wider, but I think it works. They both work because there's blue, purple, and pink in there. I like this one, but I think it's too tiny. Yeah, I think I just like that one better, or best is the word I'm looking for. Good news is I don't think this one's going to take us all too long. We'll do this, finish this part, and then I'll let you guys go. I mean, of course you can go whenever you like, but thank you to all those who stick with me throughout and comment and all that. I so appreciate you guys. You guys just rock. It really does help me a lot when you like and comment and all that kind of stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it. Even a smiley face works. Just tells YouTube you're watching and all that. All the fun parts of doing this YouTube thing. Okay, maybe a little bit of doily on there. Be pretty. I think I need all of that. Yeah, I like it up at the top better, I think. I do feel like I need something down here. Let's see. There's this. That is with the handwriting on it. It looks cool. And the lines and that. I know it's just more basically book page, but big old truck coming. Wow, yeah. Like it's so big it could practically look in the top story of my house. It's a crazy feeling. Can't tell you how happy I'll be when they are done building. Although that truck there, I think they live down in the older part of our neighborhood, because in the older part they have a little more property, and you know, they're allowed to have automobiles like that, whatever you call it. We're not at this end. You can't have those type of, you know, RVs and that sitting on your street. And I'm pretty sure that particular truck is in the old part of the neighborhood down there. We have all our CC&Rs, or whatever you call them. All the rules for homeowners association. Which has its goods and its bads. Yeah, because I wouldn't particularly want a big, huge truck like that, right? And, you know, right across the street or something. But I understand people that do that for a living, they gotta park their truck somewhere, so. And thank you to all those people. My goodness. Could not do it without them. No doubt. I always think that on when we go on road trips, because I have this tendency to get super sleepy, like when the sun is shining in the window of the car. And I just so wonder how they do those hours and hours, you know, driving like that. I mean, I hand it to those people, because I seriously am the worst. I just want to fall asleep whenever the sun's shining in the window. Like, I'd almost rather drive on a rainy day than a day with the sun shining, because, ugh, just, like, puts me out. Do you guys ever get like that? It's awful feeling, because you're like, that's why I don't really tend to ever go on, like, road trips alone, or I would never go when my kids were young without my husband or somebody, because I just, oh, it scared me that I would fall asleep. These are Shabby Dabby Doodah numbers. Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. I'm sure most everybody's got these numbers by now. I mean, if you're new, you wouldn't. So yeah, that's where you can get them. But for a while, everybody was using these all the time. Not as much now, but they're great. Super handy, especially when you're like, I just need a little something right there. Okay, so let's get that glued in, and then we will have a video. And again, I probably won't be around tomorrow. If I am and I get more videos done, you know, like I have time or whatever, then I definitely will. It's just, I do want to spend some time with family and all that. So while they're around, and like I said, I just have some stuff I got to get done. And I'm kind of, to be honest, giving my hands a little bit of a break too, because I really haven't been working on anything if I'm not doing videos, which I'm usually always working. So I have been working on some digis, but I can do that on my iPad, and it doesn't cause me a whole lot of pain. So, but I am just kind of giving them a little bit of a respite, which I think is important, because we don't want to, if I mess them up entirely, then I'm just going to be out of luck. All right, so we have pocket there, and our little flippy pocket with a tag in it. Nice places to write. I think that was pretty productive, and we're going to see how this goes, because it's already getting a little weird here, but and then once we get it the way we want it, we can add our front part on. I'm already feeling like the back is shorter than the front, but you know, when we can even that up is when we cut these open, the pockets open. So I'm not going to put the front on until I get all that, you know, figured out, because I don't want to have it on there and then, because see, it's kind of making its own little spine in there. So yeah, we'll definitely be having a little bit of a gusset in there, I think. We may just make one, and then I'll just cut these a little bit, because there's plenty of room between that and the edge of the book. So that's what we'll do. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope it gives you some ideas, and maybe you can make one for someone you love for Easter or something, spring. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again Wednesday. Love you guys. Bye now.